All right, guys. Algebra 1, we've been talking about solving equations, but today we spun that a little bit, and now we're talking about solving literal equations. And literal means you are literally moving the variables around to get a new variable solved for. That literal, emphasis on lit, like literature, you're moving around the variables or letters, if you will. Okay, so let's do a few problems together. I'll leave a few for you to try, and I hope you check out the video, which you did because you're watching it. So let's talk about solving for y. First, let's get that 1 over here. 15y equals x minus 1. Well, I'm trying to get y by itself. So divide 15 to the other side, and this is your answer. You can calculate y if you knew x. You can just subtract 1 from that value and divide it by 15, and that would automatically tell you what y is. So we took it from an x equals to a y equals equation. Okay? Pretty big in science and math to be able to manipulate formulas around like this. So this is really good practice. Solving for x, trying to get this x by itself. So let's start by taking that 2y and adding it to the other side. Ex equals 3z plus 2y. Let's take that e now, because I'm trying to get x alone, and I'm going to divide it over here. X equals 3z plus 2y equals e. So part of it is easier because there's no calculator. You're not actually combining anything like physically in a calculator. No combining like terms usually, sometimes, but in this case you're just moving letters around. Trying to get y by itself. Similar idea to the one we just did. Let's start by moving the a over. And today I talked about this idea of reciprocating to move a fraction. So the opposite of dividing 5 is multiplying by 5. Well, the 3 is technically multiplying because it's in the top of the fraction, so let's divide. And so what happens is when I multiply both sides by the reciprocal, this one just kind of cancels out. Technically, you're getting 15 divided by 15. But now I just have it over here, 5/3 of whatever b minus a is. And you now have y equals. Pause the video if you need more time, or scroll back in the video. Here's one that we talked about today. This is the equation of a line. We'll definitely be talking about that a lot this year. Solving for m. Let's start by getting whatever that value of b is on the other side. Y minus b equals that mx idea. Trying to get m by itself. So let's just divide x over. Y minus b divided by x. That's how you can calculate m. Just a few steps and we've got it all by itself. Solving for y. Let's try this one. We're trying to get y by itself right here. So this division of 3 is really holding us back. Let's multiply both sides by 3 to kind of move that fraction out of the way. So by plus 2 equals 3c. Always put the coefficient, that's the word, put that 3 in front. Don't put c3, but let's put 3c. Let's subtract 2. By equals 3c minus 2. You don't put those together because 2 doesn't have a c on it. They have to be like terms in order for you to put those together. We almost have this y by itself. Almost. But we've got to divide the b off of it. And there's your answer. Y equals 3c minus 2. Alright, so we talked about these in class today. If you're trying to solve for r and it's in the denominator already, it's good to go ahead and multiply r to the other side and then divide the p off of it. And this is kind of a two-step way of doing it that makes it a little easier to get r alone. For this one, I started by moving the 5x out of the way. I'm trying to get km by itself, so it really helps to kind of start by subtracting that 5x to the other side. Well, then I would like to get that k out of there, and now once I divide that k to the other side, you ultimately have m equals 6y minus 5x over k. I did that one over again, but I think you mostly have that in class since we did that one together. All right, so your goal is to try 9 and 10 independently, So I'm so glad you watched the video. If this is the first time you watched the video, I hope you feel supported. Please try these, just having something that basically at the very end for number 10 has x equals, since that's what you're solving for. And for number 9, you're trying to solve for t, so it should have t equals with all the other values on the other side. Good luck, guys, and I'll see you tomorrow.